see many of the people that are raising their hands without a mic.
Okay, yes, that's fine.
Thank you
That's
very
fine.
much. Just help me for me.
Okay, so someone else has his up. Michael's hands are up. You can please speak.
Please go ahead, Michael.
For me, I think money is important because one of the things that money helps us to do is um, money helps us to become efficient and effective. Efficient in the sense that some of the things we spend time to do, we can actually pay to get them done. We can actually employ someone, or we can employ someone to do the things we spend most of our time to do. So for me, I think money is important. Although time is also important, but money is much more important. Thank you.
Interesting take. I love that. Somebody else has set time and then someone else is saying money. This is going to be interesting. We have just two more minutes to go on this topic. Which is important? Time or money? Who else? Who else?
Okay, Pagba me. Pagba me, hands are up.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. Yeah, to me, I would say both are important, but the one that is most important is time. Because time can never be replaced. While money can be replaced, we can actually do something to make money without spending much time. But time can never be replaced because money cannot buy time. Therefore, time can definitely get money. Yeah. Okay. I said time can never be replaced, but we can use time to get money, which means without time, money can never certain. So, which in this case, time is more important.
Okay, interesting. Okay, one last question.
So,
fine. One last question.
Okay, I saw somebody's accounts. His name is accounts. I can't see his name out again.
Sorry.
Okay, let me. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
We are struggling to hear you.
I'm the one. My name is Said. Maybe the link I used to join. Sorry. I'm sorry. I think.
Okay, so let me take Samuel. Samuel raised his hand. Okay, accounts is back.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, what I'm saying, my name is Said. Maybe here is the link I used to join. That's why it's showing account. So what I go with time, I think time is better than money. With time, one can make money. And if somebody misuses time, there's no way one can recover it. But if you lost money, you can still gain money. So that is why the formula for time value of money coming. So that's my conclusion.
Interesting. Thank you very much for that conclusion. That is why there is time value of money. And guess what? Like somebody else said, both are equally important, right? But there will always be this part of it. You need to know that when it comes to choosing between time and money, the best bet you want to achieve is a balance between those, right? When I say it's a balance between those, what do I like? Somebody has also opined that money can be used to buy time. And when you say money can be used to buy time, it doesn't necessarily mean literally that money can be used to buy time. But you can use your money to save time when you have it. And at the same time, somebody has said that the time that has been spent cannot like retrieve or regain, right? Or the time that is spent can't probably get it back, right? This is also bad. But yeah, that how does this concern us? I mean, we are all finance professionals to this store, and probably a number of us are also employees. And this is where I'm going. I had a friend that used to tell me this, that time and money are inversely related. It's funny that as much as possible, you always have to ensure that you balance between the two. But when you are to pick one, you need to consider your situation. Right? What does that mean? It means when you say you don't have time, you must have money. When you don't now have money, you are likely going to have time. And as such, your job is to ensure that you utilize your time so much that you are able to get money out. And the person that relates this particular scenario to you working in an organization where you are working as an accountant. We all know how tedious being an accountant can be sometimes, most especially during month-end process and stuff like that, right? We all know these things. Now, imagine that you are working in an organization and you are earning so little, right? And at the same time, you don't have time. You don't have time so much that you don't even have time for personal and professional development. Then, in that kind of a scenario, you are not getting any money, and at the same time, you don't have time. That is bad. And as much as possible, you have to look at changing the ways at which things are. So as much as possible, you want to ensure that you have time. You buy it and you create time for yourself, such that you can be able to improve on yourself and then things can get better. Yeah, now let's get to the main topic. Right? Can we see my screen? Oh, no.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I cannot.
I think I stopped sharing. Can we see my screen now?
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Hello, can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes, I can see it.
Okay, thank you very much. So now let's get to the main topic of or future of the accounting industry. Adapting to emerging changes in the accounting industry in 2024 and beyond. Right. So when we say that the future of accounting, you need to because 3 years ago, right? We are expecting this day to come. 1 year ago, and as we are expecting this day to come, we are literally expecting some changes to come with it, right? So I would like to ask us, the future of accounting. When you think about the future of accounting and the likely changes that you think will be coming up with it, what comes to your mind? What are the things that you feel like is expected to change for this particular profession to move forward? What are those things that you are expecting? Or what are those changes you are looking forward to? Or what are those changes that are already happening that you are aware of? Just 2 or 3 minutes. Who's going first? Hello, let's make this snappy. We are really like the expert. Please go ahead.
Nobody's hands are up yet.
Oh, okay. Interesting, guys. What are those changes? Or are you guys not expecting any changes? Because I am expecting a whole lot of changes to happen.
Okay, we have people's hands up.
Yeah.
So account today, I think that's it. Sorry, please speak.
Sorry, what I think the changes we are expecting, we are expecting some changes from the international accounting standard. There will be some changes, and also we are expecting some technology changes. Everything is now in terms of technology.
Exactly.
So most of the things we are doing manually before,
Exactly.
the technology will be developing on a daily basis.
Thank you very much for that. I love the way you have actually painted it. You painted it from the regulatory part of it and then the technology part of it, which makes perfect sense. Because that is exactly like one of the things that I have actually developed to discuss in this slide, right? Because so this is the thing. Things are fast changing. Like things are fast, super fast changing. But we know as accountants, we know that we live by several rules. We know that we live by several rules. And we are living by several rules. Then technically, it means that there needs to be guidelines or there needs to be continuous updates to that rules and guidelines that we live by. And what is the main thing that is actually changing within our society? Technology is evolving, like super fast evolving. Yeah, somebody else hand is also up, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Who else is saying something?
Okay,
Now,
talk
that's
first.
general industry. Let's talk about. We'll talk about briefly what skills do you think accountants should be having at this time. But before that, yeah, let's say from comfort.
Our hands are not working more. I don't know if you want to speak.
Yes,
What do you do like?
but well, because the world is going down and it can actually affect extremely your own. So there are situations whereby most software might change the place of my accounting comfort there. So that's my
Okay, interesting. Thank you very much for that. Software, and then I want you to mention automation, but somebody has mentioned technology, but I want us to do this. Why do I want us to do this? Because now, things are changing within our industries. Who are the people that it affect? It is us. Because when things are changing, when the industry needs are changing, or when industry standards are changing, then it is expected that we upgrade our skills, or we upskill, so to say. It is expected that we upskill in order to meet the demand of the evolving changes, right? So, basically, accounting yesterday, right? Many years ago, accounting had always been, right? Like many years ago, where being an accountant is just more or less like record keeping, just keeping of records, right? Which is like where we have those sales tables, purchase tables, and all of these things. So people still use it today, right? And those are the kind of people that struggles one way or the other to meet up with the demand of the current future, right? I have clients that, okay, this is fun. So I currently work as a consultant, right? I consult to a number of businesses. So there was one day one of my clients reached out and was like, the business in Kaduna that I needed to help them to do something. The tax guys are disturbing them, and they said they have this XYZ tax liability that I needed to help them out, right? So I traveled down to Kaduna to go and check this business. Lo and behold, when I got there, guys, guess what? When I got there, this client, everything they have is still paper. Paper everywhere. The revenue, paper. It's still the invoice. Nothing is tied on any software whatsoever. Not even on Excel. In terms of what they are doing, in terms of, right? Everything. Paper. Like, you know, and then they hired a new accountant that is trying to help them to put things on Excel, but it's still so funny that there's a lot of backwards. Now they're having issues with the FIRS, and then you brought in a consultant to help out. But before I can even help out, I needed to analyze what your position is going to look like. But guess what? You are using paper. How long will it take me to be able to analyze? It will take forever. And as such, guess what? That means the business will likely suffer because if I'm going to ensure that the job is done, I'm going to have to charge them higher. And that is the way it is. Right? So those were the days where we are having record keeping using basically that was accounting back in the day. Accounting back yesteryears was more. Can we hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ibrahim Yusuf, your hand is up. Hello?
Hello, Yusuf. Okay, Dennis has also helped too, but I think let's talk about the skills. The question asked.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, Dennis.
Yeah, thank you for this enlightenment and the webinar so far. I really appreciate. Really, what I want to contribute is in terms of accounting and the level of involvement in accounting and its process over time. We have seen a lot of changes that have been occurring in digital space, a lot of accounting softwares coming up on a day-by-day basis. So many of them, and which on the norms, accountants need to get themselves abreast to these current accounting software that are currently on ground. And there are so many things that we do in accounting that I believe currently now they are not even in place anymore. Like when we talk about maybe inventory management, maybe the periodic inventory management, because of the fact that we have a modern form of digital form of inventory management. Inventory management is done on a day-by-day basis. Even in fact, on a go basis, there are so many things. Like even because of IFRS and the concept of inventory forecast, even likely that not even having carriage inwards in maybe in your book, because the IFRS standard is already telling us that all costs that are associated with an item should be even the carriage inward. So carriage inward now should be even part of the inventory cost. There are so many things that maybe we are being taught in schools that even presently now, as the world is evolving, they are no longer acceptable. You know, the bank reconciliation statement, the way bank reconciliation was usually done on a month-by-month basis. Now, everything now is automated and these things are done real time. So imagine a French accountant who has been taught all these things in university and coming out and maybe wants to get a job and still believes in all those olden days way of doing things. I think there are so many things that are evolving, and even in terms of accounting skills, if you see these days when you're asking for job, they are not even asking for accountant, they're asking for financial deal. So you must embrace yourself with the financial tools like financial modeling, data analysis, so many things that will enhance you in terms of the career profession. Because even accountant alone, just being accountant alone does not even help you going forward. Because you need to acquire new skills, technical skills, financial skills that will help you to evolve, so that you can help management to make better decisions. Very good, you must have very good exceptional Excel skills. And another thing that we need to even put in place is that they need to go back to the root. Our universities and even ICANN need to start putting things in place that even in our schools, even what they are being taught, what are being taught to maybe undergraduates, they are far from what is even obtainable in the reality of life now. They don't even teach them how to use maybe accounting software. They don't teach them the modern trend in accounting. And when they come out, it becomes difficult for all of them. So these things are supposed to be from the foundation level, from the university level, all these things about modern technology, our lecturers even need to improve. That when people come out, they're able to be able to scale through when they get to the labor market. So these are the things that I need that they need to put in terms of the profession. These are just my little comments.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dennis, for that wonderful comment. Right, thanks a lot for that. So basically, yeah, I think you've said it all, and I'll just like kind of continue from there, right? So basically, right, accounting years, like he has actually mentioned, things are fast evolving, things are fast changing, and that's one of the reasons why even part of the things that we do at mentorship is also to ensure that we train some of our undergrads with the current required skills to work or function well in the labor market, right? And yeah, following this, right? Like I said before now, we are accountants. We live by rules and regulations, one way or the other. And then there is the changes that are happening within our environment, many of which are actually technological changes, right? Many of which are actually technological changes, right? So now, there is a need to marry both to ensure that as those technological changes are happening, right, there is the guidelines to keep on updating them. You know what's funny, right? This is where it affects us. Where it affects us is that while all of these changes are happening, we as the accountant would then need to update ourselves in both the regulations. So yeah, let's moving on. Right? We have 21st century. This is 21st century, right? And a lot of things are. It was just more of okay, we are just having to use system, record keeping something here, and then starting to look at how we can still years, right? When a number of people started their professional career, most especially anyone with over 10 years or 15 years of experience, we bear witness that, yet late 20th centuries as well, before now, and that's one of the things that we have as the importance of convergence of IFRS and IAS in terms of the accounting standards. But as much as possible, people with the evolve with the what is it called, convergence of IFRS and IAS or accounting standards or GAAP, we then have a situation where at every point in time you see this particular record that you have kept, or this those records that you are able to like summarize them or interpret them into meaningful financial data that is well understood across the globe, right? Across the globe, and that's during the late 20th century, where we have the convergence of the IFRS and stuff. Now this is 21st century. A lot of things are changing, and that is where this conversation is going to where we are going to be spending the next, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes so that we can ask questions, right? This is 21st century. I told my mentees earlier in the day something that there are two different forms of accountant or more, right? Akinwumi, you have something to say? So I told my mentees earlier during the day that there are two different kinds of accountants, right? There is you can be a business owner and say you want to hire an accountant, right? And then go ahead and hire a 50K accountant, right? Fine. And then I say, come and hire me and pay me $2 million, and they are thinking this is a waste of money. I said, okay, no problem at all. But guess what? You see, when you hire a 50K accountant versus when you hire a 500K accountant, or a 500K accountant, the result expectations will definitely be different, right? Because a 50K accountant will probably be thinking of just ensuring that the books are kept, entering daily sales into the system, maybe probably Excel, right? While the guy that is earning 500K as an accountant or more will start thinking of how do we communicate this financial data to the relevant stakeholders in real time. And that is where the skills like data analysis comes in, presentation. Those are where these skills comes into play, right? And then they said, 21st century accountant has seen further advancement in accounting technology, including cloud-based accounting systems. I want to believe that we all know what cloud-based accounting systems are, right? Things like we having all this accounting software. And there was a time, even early in my career, right, where in one of the organizations that I worked, right, we used Tally ERP9, and this Tally ERP9 is such that, when there is a problem with the server, there is a server room that everything is being put, and then you can't use Tally outside the organization unless you are within the organization, and then you are connected to LAN and all of those things. Those were the days. And then I think there's still a quick book offline as well, where people desktop, where people just use just one host. If you want to work with him, you have to be in the same vicinity, you have to be connected to the same internet and stuff like that. Gone are those days. In today's world, you have several accounting softwares that just make it possible for anyone and everyone to work across the globe. Right? And that's where cloud accounting comes in. Right? Aside from cloud accounting, right, we have the integration of artificial intelligence. ChatGPT is one. Among that, even before ChatGPT, there has always been Quillbot and all of those things. And then you wonder as an accountant, what do I need ChatGPT for? What do I need Quillbot for? What do I need all these AI tools for? I say you need all of these things in order to ensure that you optimize your workflow. Right? Process optimization, right? Presentation, better presentation, complete automation. And I think we're still going to talk about how all these robotics has also come to play when it comes to accounting. But then I think I'll make it simple and relatable, right? Where we talk about how it actually affects us. I want to believe that almost everybody on this call is joining from Nigeria. So yeah, let's address the Nigeria industry kind of, right? But at the same time, I'll try as much as possible to give insight into the international market as well, because I currently work remotely, right? I work remotely. I have team members that is in the US, that is in Kenya, and some other places across the globe, right? And then the funniest part is that there are some skills that are required as accountants for us to function well. Why? Because of these evolving changes. Moving on, right? We have technology integration. We have technology integration into our system, and that's where we have robotic process automation, right? I don't know if any one of us have had the word macros and VBAs in Excel, or you have used macros and VBAs in Excel, right? Do we have anybody that has used macros or VBAs, or that is conversant with macros and VBAs? Anyone? Anyone?
Yes, I
Then exams
am.
are hot.
No, his hand has always been
In hot. Okay, yeah, sure, sure.
Pardon, please go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, yes, I have worked with it, but my knowledge is not really strong about the VBAs and the macros. Although I tried it
What did you use
when
it
I
to do?
was. Is that?
What did you use it to do when you worked with it?
Yes, for investment and my mergers and acquisition plan, investments, banking of the thing, actually. So we are use it for to analyze the proper the investment. If my company, if a company wants to invest in a particular stock, or maybe they want to buy a stock or shares, so I use VBA and macros to check the strength and the weaknesses of the company, actually.
Okay, interesting. That's actually very interesting. That's actually very interesting. You know what's funny? There is something called, okay, Dennis, do you have something to say?
Yeah, as regards macros, like what I get to understand about macros is macros is usually used for basically as when I was using it for some kind of jobs that seems to be repetitive tasks. Like
TV
if I,
nature.
if I have a particular task maybe I do every day and I know the pattern of which I do it, I might just put on my macros and just run it. And each time I want to do it, I just bring it in and run it through macros, and macros automatically just do it for me. So when I'm spending so much time doing all the steps, macros will just calculate it and just run it for me on a regular basis. So that's what it is. But in terms of VBA, which is advanced, maybe you have to be something in all those programming language. I've not gone through that aspect.
Okay, interesting. I think I was going to show us a sample, but then I got to realize that the information is actually confidential, so I probably might not be able to show us a sample, right? But just like what Mr. Dennis has said, macros, which almost everyone right now, if you are still in your early career stage, let's say 1 to 3 years of experience, you that manages reconciliation and stuff like this on Excel, right? If you are still in your early stage of your career, you can leverage the knowledge of macros and VBAs, right? To summarize or to optimize for the things that you do, such that you save yourself a whole lot of time. I was having like a test kind of a thing today, right? And then like I was just like trying to like play within the test and stuff like that. And one of the questions that they asked was around macros and VBAs, right? And funny enough, and this is one of those things that I would like to advise everybody on this call. As much as possible, as an accountant, you must always research to get the knowledge that the future requires, which is what I'm glad a number of us are on this call, because we are already getting there. I've learned macros and VBAs as far back as 2020 during COVID, right? And why did I learn it? It was because I was just researching, just curious about what is going to happen in the future and stuff like that. And I took a course with Udemy where I came across macros and VBAs. And what was the name of the course? Financial reporting in one click. Financial reporting in one click. What is that supposed to mean? How can you prepare financial reporting in one click? How is it even possible? It is possible via the likes of macros, where you automate your repetitive processes. When you automate these repetitive processes, right, it's you just need to go open the sheet and then enable the macros. Once you just open the sheet, it's automatically updated. And then the VBA codes, you can also write the VBA codes where you just need to press one button. That okay, probably you've designed a process around how you do your reconciliation. For example, you know that there are some reports that we do on a monthly basis or on a daily basis or that we submit on a weekly basis or thereabout, that we just need to ensure that okay, this is where the information to this report is picking from, and then we link maybe our sheet or whatever it is to it, such that it speaks automatically, and all you just need to do is to open your workbook and then you click on the button and everything just pops up. I think if there is any key takeaway, or one of the key takeaways that I would like everybody to take up of this call, is to learn more about macros and VBAs. In case you are wondering how to spell it, right? Macros and VBAs in Excel.
I was just going to say that you should type. Thank you so much. I was about to say that.
I've sent it to chat box. So I've sent macros and VBAs. They will help with this technology integration. And guess what? Some of us, right? Somebody like myself, right? I started using Google Sheets a lot more these days, right? And then using Google Sheets, you get to realize that wow, you can actually do a whole lot of things just very, very simple. So let's say you have some sheets you are supposed to be updating on a daily basis, and the information is to be gotten from online. You can just open your Google Sheet and write some codes. Maybe not necessarily code. Let me just call it formula, because if I call it code, it makes it like very complex. You just write some formulas, something like import range, right? Or import range, array formulas, and all of these formulas. You can just write formulas that ensures that whatever. So, for example, I have a sheet in my workspace. Okay, let me give us an example. Let me see if I can share my screen with you. Let me see if I can share my screen. Hold on, guys. Just give me a sec. You can see my screen. Hold on. I'm sharing my screenshot. Let me know once you can see my screen. Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes. Just about now.
See this sheet. So in one of it's of different countries on a daily basis. On a daily basis, you need to be updating exchange rates of different countries. See, if I no. 12 countries. I have to be. Wouldn't that be too much to do? Like, wouldn't that take too much of my time? Such that I have to probably go to Google Finance or go online and they start checking every day. What is exchange rate for Kenya today? I put it there one by one. What is exchange rate for Ghana today? I put it there. What is exchange rate for this country today? I put it there, and stuff like that. That would be too much. And as such, what did I do? What was done here was to just write a formula that on Google Sheets that ensures that, you know, it's funny. This formula, anybody saying anything, or is it my network? Can we hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Minutes to go. So I'm not going to. We have just 15 minutes to go. I'll just make it good. You see here, instead of me to be coming to update this place on it, going on Google, searching for exchange rate every day. What was just done was to link Google Finance, use index formula on Google, and offset, and if not like a number of formulas, right? Use these formulas on Google, if index offset, use these formulas on Google, and then use it to bring exchange rates, daily exchange rates from Google Finance. And then if you come here, what is today's date? Let me just scroll down. I just need to update these two and say today is 20, right? And then just copy, paste, and then it gives me the exchange rates. And that's it. Guess what? Before now, without knowing this formula, right, you will have to be researching one by one, going to Google one by one to go and look for what is today's exchange rate. You now come and write it here. What is tomorrow's exchange rate? Or what is the exchange rate in Kenya today? You put it there. What is the exchange rate in Ghana today? You put it there. One by one. But when you learn these formulas, right, you are able to easily just, you see now, I've updated exchange rates for 14 countries just by within how many seconds? I've updated the exchange rate. So you see, if you have these tax like this that you need to get done from time to time, you need to find a way to ensure that you put process automation in place. Otherwise, you just be wasting time without knowing that you are wasting time. I'll have to move faster now. Now let's talk about cloud-based accounting, right? Talking about cloud-based accounting, basically, we have QuickBooks, Sage, and all of these accounting software now. And then a number of times, guys have asked me, Abi, which one should I learn between all these accounting software? I say, you know what? First, just have an idea of one, how to use one, and trust me, you'll be fine using the rest. Because at the end of the day, they were all written in English. And once you can read and write, you can easily interact and use every other thing, right? Where am I going? One thing first, instead of you just focusing on learning accounting software, as much as possible, just kill your double entry skills. And that's one of the things that I always tell my mentees. Your double entry, then just have one software that you are conversant with. And why did I say you should just have one software that you are conversant with? If it is QuickBooks that you want to learn, of accounting softwares out there, learn everything? No, you can't. And since you can't learn everything, what there needs to happen is to ensure that as much as possible, you know one, you solidify your accounting double entry skills. Because at the end of the day, cloud-based accounting, true. Because at the end of the day, it is garbage in, garbage out. So it still relies on human effort, right? US, I work with people from different places across the globe. And as much as possible, we can always work together. Right? I'm in Lagos, I work with people from Abuja, I can just tell them what to do, put this thing on. Yeah, please go ahead. We're going to use the new link, right? That's it. Enola, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, I've been speaking, I didn't unmute myself. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I just wanted to say that I pasted the new link in the chat box. So once this time zones out, you can please join back with that link.
Okay. Or do you want me to give you a link that won't times out?
Okay. Okay.
Let me just give you a link that won't times out, please.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'm coming, just a sec. Where are we? So we can use this guy. you seen the guy?
Yes, I just said thank you so much. So I will complete this video now. Thank you.
Okay, I'm on the other meeting link, so you can always join from there, and then we can share this new link across our different platforms.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so maybe should we hop? Okay, so Kudus has left the call, so we can all please leave and join with the new link. Please copy the link before you leave. Please let's join back with the other link. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
food in area. Because you can really charge it like that. $500 now. So, no, I'm just hoping there is I can go home. Like this, one of the reasons I needed it because I didn't sleep enough sleep. Woke up around 8 a.m. No. I think the session has ended. Nobody's saying anything. I think the session has ended because nobody is saying anything, but let me confirm. Okay, there's a new link again. Wow. Hold on for me, please. Come on, do you eat pawpaw? Do you eat pawpaw? That's true.
Need to have an idea of what it's about. It just doesn't make sense when you are in a community of fellow accountant, or you are in an interview and they're asking you if you can use a tool and you don't even have an idea of what the tool is all about, not to talk of being able to use it. So this is how we differentiate between those who are active learners, even though if they don't have the opportunity to apply whatever concept they are currently seeing trending
like this.
or evolving, right? This
Don't like this.
you about Power BI and you're asking whether it's a Bitcoin or not. It doesn't make any sense. Or somebody is telling you about Tableau and then you are wondering what's Tableau. Software that you need to be aware of. Even if you don't have the opportunity to use them right away, you just need to know how these things work. Just have, so I'm right. using Power BI, yeah, Tableau, SQL is one. So these are data analysis, what is it, or analytics tools that you need to have an idea of. So even if you don't know what they're all about, or you never even intended to use them in the next 2 years, just have a good idea of what they are and how they are being used. Now, talking about blockchain, right? Blockchain technology, we all heard of blockchain. I think I've dealt with soft skills. Another soft skills that you need to have as an accountant in today's world, on today's working world, critical thinking. You need to know how to get solutions to problems. And it starts from you just sitting yourself down and asking yourself, this is a problem, right? What should the writing be? What should the writing look like? Critical thinking. And there is one thing I used to tell my guys. In today's world, I used to tell my mentees that the difference between the upcoming accountant and the expert is the quality of your questions. How do you ask questions? That's another thing, soft skills you need to have. How do you ask questions? Imagine that, okay, for example, you are all accountants on this call, right? Now, imagine that you are an accountant, and then probably in your company, you just bought an inverter. You just bought an inverter in your company, and then the next thing, there is a cable that needs to power the inverter, or the inverter is being transported to your company. And then the next thing, you want to confirm what the payment is for, and you're asking your head of admin whether the money that they used to buy the cable and then the money that they used to transport the inverter is an asset or not. Is that a good question? You are asking your head of admin whether the money that they used to transport the inverter is an asset. No, it is not, because it is, to know that it's about you being an accountant, IAS 16, right? Other than that, so you need to, like, the quality of your question matters. You need to ask questions that allows people to give you good response or responses, right?